The presence of a father can make all the difference in the life of a child. And with Father's Day coming up, it can be a difficult reminder to those who aren't as close with their dad.
Attorneys Jeffrey Loving and Jeffrey Paulston join us to talk about ways to restore those relationships. They fight for dads wanting a relationship with their kids, and they want to talk about the work that they do. So, gentlemen, thank you for coming in. And we were just talking to you in the break. You experienced a divorce where you had to go and fight for your rights as a dad. So I imagine this has been the impetus behind a lot of your work.
Absolutely. That was a motivator because I helped myself years ago. And it's very motivating to help other fathers and help children and help families because fathers and families are critical to the future of our society. Children need dads. And with Father's Day coming up, this is a really good reminder that fathers are parents too.
Let's talk about some of your successes. Jeffrey, do you have a story, a case that sticks out with you over the years?
Yes, in this case, the parents went through a long and bitter divorce, and this dad had shared custody of his 4-year-old son. And out of the blue, he gets a motion to restrict his parenting time, alleging that he had endangered the child because the allegations were that the child had been seen, almost falling out of a 15th-story window of his, the dad's condo. Then, because of these allegations of endangerment, DCFS started to investigate, and then in court, the mother tried to use the investigation as part of her way to restrict the parenting time of the dad. Well, we went in, he came to us, thankfully, and we went in and fought for him, and the witnesses had to admit that they really didn't have a good view and could really not tell that the child was unsupervised, and the judge saw that the allegations, the DCFS investigation was just trying to be used against the dad as a way to restrict his parenting time.
Are there like red flags or something that sticks out in a case that you can tell a father, hey, this doesn't look right, this doesn't sound right, come in and see us, we can work with you and help you?
Well, for instance, and this happens frequently, if I'm representing a father and an order of protection has been entered against him by the court, and if a violation of that could result in him being incarcerated up to a year, which is always a possibility because violation of an order of protection is a Class A misdemeanor, and if that father is ordered to stay away from the mother and his child, and then he gets a call from the mom, come over, and why don't you visit me? Why don't you visit our kid? And don't worry about the order of protection. That's a red flag that when he comes over there, the police may be waiting for him and may take him out in handcuffs. So that's one red flag that really, really concerns me. And there's a lot of others, too.
Jeffrey, let's talk about Father's Day approaching. Why is it so important for dads to play such an integral role in their kids' lives?
Well, fathers are important. If you look at the statistics, especially for little girls that are father absent are 900% more likely to become victims of sexual abuse. So their dads are important to be there as protectors. And that's just one reason. There's, for instance, fatherless children are more likely to develop behavioral problems. The greatest predictor of crime in America is father absence. So fathers are really, really important. And the first book I wrote focuses on that. I've written several books, but the first one I ever wrote, Father's Rights, was focused on that important issue. And in that book, I talk about Father's Day right at the beginning.
So just because you have a parenting agreement doesn't mean that everything is all settled and over, right?
Correct. Yeah, I mean, but it's very important to have that order. Without the order, a dad is really almost powerless to do anything, but you have to go into court and get that order. And then there's also the Illinois Unlawful Visitation and Parenting Time Interference Law, which Attorney Loving co-authored and helped get passed into law. And after the first two violations, the judge will say, cut it out and can fine the person who's found to be interfering. But after the third one, it can be a Class A misdemeanor and
These are things that
carry
people
a
can
penalty.
find if they reach out
Yeah.
to the office of Jeffrey M. Loving. For more information, you can call that number on your screen or go to dadsrights.com. You can also check out Dad's Rights on social media.